So, in solidarity with night shows and sports and all of that, we're going to be doing the vlog without an audience. Welcome, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time to get demonetized again. First up, I really wish I had a garage, because I would have so much crap in there. I have so much just... Marie Kondo would just die in here. Like, it's not hoarding, it's just... I have crap. That's just it. Like, I could sort through and reduce the pile of the stuff you just saw in the opener, but, I just have a lot of random crap. Like, it just... technology accumulates. I should really sell some of this stuff or build a second computer. Then I have just like posters and random crap I've gotten from cons. I should really sort through all that, but at the same time, work is busy. Let me talk about that. So we're gonna get demonetized because I'm talking about PornHub and coronavirus. Because what else is there to talk about right now? What else is there to talk about? But first, before we get to that, what the hell was I just saying right now? Yeah, just sorting through all that crap would really help out, but I'm too busy right now. I'm working 7 days straight, so I'm not really getting as much as I like done, which is stressing me out. I'm working, and I get like maybe 2 or 3 hours to not be working, because your sleep has to happen too, and it's stressful. What's also not helping is I'm not sleeping, like, at all. I keep waking up and trying to get back to sleep. My back is killing me. It sucks so much. Oh, getting an epidural Friday. We'll see what that does, whether that helps or not. They want to do 3 epidurals in 6 weeks. You're only allowed to get 3 epidurals in a year. So I'm like, do I really want to do 3 just like that? And that's it? The idea is we're going to do these epidurals, and if they don't work, then it's back surgery. So, ook. They want to remove the disc and then fuse my back, which is really scary because once you do fusion, that's it. Your back will slowly deteriorate over time because when you're fusing, the rest of your back is overcompensating. One thing's for sure, though, I have learned to be way more postured, like straighten my back a lot more because I don't have a choice. It hurts like hell if I don't. Really sucks, though. Like, I have to lock up my back while I'm trying to sleep, but obviously once I fall asleep, I'm not locking it anymore, and then it expands again, and then I'm in pain again. So it really sucks ass. A lot. Before we get to Corona and Pornhub, Doom comes out next Friday. So right after doing my epidural, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna try to sleep out this epidural. Don't know if it'll work out, but once I wake up, at like 3 o'clock or something, we doing Doom. We doing Doom Eternal. Oh god, I gotta drive out, so maybe we'll do Doom Eternal at 4. We'll see. I gotta drive out and buy Animal Crossing. I prefer physical copies. I don't know why, but I do. Probably because I'm going to have a bunch of indies on my Switch, I need to have space there for all those indies on there, I guess. Because they don't have physicals of those, but I can have a physical of Animal Crossing. That's probably the thing there. Also, when you have a physical of Animal Crossing, you always let someone else with a Switch borrow, and they can have an island for a while and such like that. Since they don't save to disk, to the cartridge, it saves to the Switch, so should be fine there. I don't think they save to cartridge anymore. I don't think that's how it works. Yeah, they don't. It's saved to profiles. Gaming-wise, okay, so there's going to be regular video content on the side channel from now on. I'm getting back into indies, and I'm playing, like, so many indies, so there's going to be an indie game a day on the side channel. That's just going to accumulate a bunch of indie content over there. And eventually, whenever I get around to it, because I'm slowly doing it, I'm very slowly doing a Shadow of War LP. That'll eventually go on there. At some point, I'm going to finish the Kirby Superstar... Not Superstar... Super Kirby Clash LP, and that will go on there. I'm like on 2 missions to go to finish that game, and I just haven't because I've just been busy doing other things. That's just what happens. You get really deep into a game, and then you just stop, and then you just lose it, which is sad, but at some point I'll come back to that. Working on the Kirby's Avalanche podcast, that's going to be interesting because it's just, there's nothing about the making of this game. People did not record. This is what sucks about trying to go over just the history back then. Besides Mario Brothers, nobody really does interviews about old games. They really don't. Maybe you can get a little bit about Frogger. You can definitely get stuff about Tetris. Some stuff on Pac-Man. But like... And Mario for sure. But Kirby, it's hard to get a lot of stuff. Mostly what you can get is the Sakurai stuff. Because he's been in interviews. And anything with Iwata you can get interviews from. But Shimomura and all the other people around that time, the other games, there's not a lot of interviews. So there's not a lot to find about that stuff. So it's really, really hard. So we'll see what we do when we talk about Kirby's Avalanche. It's going to be some bit of time about Mean Bean Machine and Puyo Puyo and stuff like that, but that's what's going to happen. And I think Toy Box is next, and that's another game where there's not much information, so that'll be an interesting podcast as well. Oh, okay, so let's talk about, since we're talking about channels, let's talk about Pornhub. So Pornhub, I've got maybe a dozen or so porn games that have been sent to me over the years. So I'm going to cover those, and they'll be on Pornhub. I learned it's actually not easy to get a video on Pornhub. You actually got to do a bunch of things to get it on there. I didn't expect that. You have to have an icon, you have to have verified email, but also there's some other things that I learned. One is you have to take a picture of yourself with your user ID and Pornhub.com on it. It has to be handwritten, not typed, and your face has to be showing. Like, you have to fully show that you're the account owner kind of thing there. And they're going to keep that on file. So there's a picture of me with Pornhub. Like right here, there's a picture of me doing that. And may that never leave the website. Like, may whoever looks at those things never take that out. And so they do that just to verify the account owner. But if you do actual porn videos, and you're selling yourself and everything, you have to give them 2 forms of ID and everything. You have to verify who you are and any partners you have. Like, you have to verify them as well. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Not doing that, but that's interesting. So if I was ever to, oh God, what if they made me have to do that? Not because of that, but just because I'm in the videos by voice. That'd be so weird. To have Pornhub have 2 forms of my identification because I'm a performer on Pornhub. This is a weird game we're playing. Also, like, the video is still in private because you have to be fully verified, and I finally got fully verified, and it takes like 24 hours for them to decide to make it not private anymore. And so I think someone has actually looked at the video, and when they're looking at it, they might go like, what the hell is this? And then not let it go through. But Pornhub has so much porn on it, like, and the thing is, like, there are people who put, like, just all the sex scenes from games on there, so I figure this should be fine. Jinx was telling me that Pornhub's trying to expand in their content anyway, so I'm like, here you go. There you go. Porn game LP. There you go. It's going to be super niche, of course. There's no way that's going to be a big thing. But there you go. Until that video comes out, I'm not going to release the second one yet. The second one is furry, and then the third one's going to be furry, and then, so it's, the third one's furry girls, the second one's furry girls, the third one's going to be furry guys. I'm just going to cover it just for equality's sake. That is not my thing. So it's going to be like, wow, that is a well-drawn bulge. That is very well drawn. Look at the glistening on that wang. That is something else right there. It's just going to be me trying to, like, how can I get through this? For 10 minutes at least. And that'll be funny. And then it'll be just other porn games. It's just first impressions of porn games. What it is. I don't think I'm going to put ecchi on there. Like, the Sakura games, we've all seen these games, like super boobed up anime girls, and the Senran Kagura games as well. That's very ecchi as well. Those games, like, there's a bunch of them out there you could buy. Like, there's a bundle right now of the Sakura games, but they're super ecchi. They're not porn games, so I don't think I'd want to put those on there. Like, full on things are going into things. I think that's what I'd want to cover, not just ecchi stuff, because, well, you can just put that on YouTube, and that's Panel for Research right there. And Panel for Research is funny, and I enjoy that, and it'd be funny to keep doing that, but I'm not going to seek it out on purpose. I'm not going to buy those games. They get sent to us, I'll cover them, but I'm not going to seek them out. Oh god, we have Mirror. I can put that on there. That another match 3 game with which actual sex scenes. Oh god, there's just something to do as a LARF. That's what that one is. But that just learning about how Pornhub does things by doing this, and also when you make an account, a lot of bots like you. So many bots are talking to me. I'm like, hey bot, how's it going, bot? Hey, you doing, bot? And I'm just playing with the bots because I find it humorous. But even funnier is if it's a human person and they assume I'm a bot and it's just going back and forth. That'd be the fun. But I'm not messaging you. They're messaging me first. So I don't know. By the way, I'm getting followed by people who are into scarf fetish. They think that's what the channel's going to be because the first video hasn't come out yet, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god. Porn's funny. Oh my god. Let's move over to Corona now. So, people are dumb, but real quick, one thing is, I think I might mention it. I'm like, fine, okay, let's try even harder to get a girlfriend. I'm gonna start subscribing to some dating apps. And then all the announcements of coronavirus comes out. I'm like, well, I just wasted a crap ton of money because I bought like 3 month subscription to things. I'm like, great. Freaking great. That's great. That's great. No one wants to date during the coronavirus. There's no way. This isn't Love in the Time of Cholera. If you've seen that movie, oh my god. Boo. It's extremely frustrating how everyone's politicizing the pandemic. And it's just a lot of finger pointing. But at the end of the day, Trump fucked up. He really did. Fucked up bad. And he's got to stop mitigating. He's got to stop acting like it's not so bad because a lot of people were in a stupid false sense of security. It's really bad. Everything Trump says, he says really dumb stuff, but it's also partially he's saying what they're going to do. And then the next day, Pence comes out and is like, oh yeah, we're going to correct these things. And there, we're good. They're having Pence come out and patch up the things that Trump screwed up. That's what they're doing right now. It's like, okay. Like the European ban. They banned the European, and then, oh hey, there's actually a case in the UK, because they're right next to them. And now the UK is banned, and also, I almost said Iraq. Ireland is also banned as well, in the travel ban. Flights are cheap. I feel like right now you could go to Hawaii. You're fine. That island hasn't been infected yet. Everyone go to Hawaii. You're good. It's super cheap. It's like a fourth of the price right now. Super tempting. Should be alright. And then you can just come right back. It's tempting. It's really tempting there. I'm tempted to just fly wherever the hell I want. Because I have some vacation coming up. I was like, well, I can just do whatever I want and go wherever I want. Because here's the thing is, a government job, you get paid to be in quarantine. At home. If I get sick, I just stay at home for 2 weeks. So you'll just be seeing me a lot more than usual. Like, you'll be seeing the way I was before I got a job, basically. You'll be seeing me stream way too much. And LP way too much. And record way too much. If I get quarantined. But they're considering, because my job is a 24/7 job, someone needs to be working that job. They're considering quarantining people to the job. Because someone has to always be there. We're running a plant. Water's got to be flowing, right? So they're considering quarantining people to the plant. And here is a puzzle that I don't know the correct answer to, because how do we solve this? Because there's too many factors. Let's say one person gets sick, and so the plant has exposure to it. Do we make everyone who's been around them the last couple days, from this day forward, stay at the plant with them, so it's a quarantine of 2 weeks with everyone that's been there to be there? So let's say maybe 6 people. Given on the day, on certain days, I shouldn't give away this much information. It's a government building, so I can't give up too much information. I'll just say a number. I'll just say a number. So let's say you do this job and there's 10 other people on site with you. Does that mean 11 people are quarantined for 2 weeks? Is that what this means? So then they gotta live here. And here's the kicker though, if you're quarantined to the plant, you get paid for every minute you're there. So that's a crap ton of money being made. Still don't want to do that necessarily, because you're gonna get cabin fever hard. But let's say there's 11 people on this site for 2 weeks. If only one person was sick, and maybe they didn't get anyone else sick, everyone else is gonna get sick, of course, because they're all quarantined together. And that's gonna take longer than 2 weeks. So that's going to extend it to a month. So it's going to be a month-long quarantine. And anyone who wasn't there, what are they going to do for their job? That is a question I have. And then, let's say the month is over, and then the quarantine's over, and then everyone else who wasn't there for that quarantine still has a chance of getting sick, and they have to quarantine again. So that causes another quarantine. So I don't know what the hell the correct answer is. My opinion right now is, if one person's sick, send them home, and we hope no one else got sick. Or if they were close enough proximity to whatever group, send that group home. And if it's too many, then we do the quarantine. If it's too many people, then we do the quarantine on site. If it's not that many people, They go home and we get a crap ton of overtime. And that's just how it works out. I think it's whatever has the bigger number of people is the thing that should be done. That's what I think. Because it's not until we all get the virus are we okay to just all work together again. Because, well, we've all got it at this point. We all have antibodies. But the kicker is, if it's just like the flu, which is the problem is, we want to consider it like the flu, but we don't want to act like it's just like the flu at the same time. We're using the flu as breadcrumbs, but we don't want to say it's just like it exactly. It's like using your parents or your grandparents as clues to what medical things you might have in the future. It's the same with the flu. The flu is just something that isn't like the virus, but it is something that we've dealt with before, and so everyone's using it as like a litmus. And so if it has anything like the flu, this is part of the guesswork, is trying to just work with something instead of working with nothing, then it's possible it could mutate and then we just have corona again. It's a tough question. Like, what is the right way to do things? So they're trying to figure that out right now. One thing in the government is all the schools got shut down in California, or Southern California at least. So if you're a parent and you need to stay home to watch your kid, you can get paid for doing that right now. If anyone has to do that, their shift is open up and other people can take overtime to do that shift. That's what's happening right now. So there's a chance of me disappearing more than I'd like to be, or there's a chance of me being here for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. The one way or the other. We're either going to see a lot of me, or we're not going to see much of me. And luckily, I have a bajillion games I can research while I'm at the plant. So that's not so bad. The problem is, because it's a government site, you can't have Wi-Fi. So I have to download a bunch of stuff before I go. So I can't do anything new. That's really everything going on right now. It's just mostly the virus is happening. That's what's happening. Oh, by the way, everyone's an idiot. I have neighbors who they did the toilet paper buying. They did the water buying. They bought everything. They bought a bunch of crap. Because their plan is they're going to quarantine for 14 days. And then if everyone else does it too, we'll all be safe, right? Not how it works. Not how it works at all. I had a thought. I'm worried about the homeless, because if one gets sick, they're all going to get sick. But that's at the same time, even if you have all these homeless camps nearby, they're not necessarily super close to each other. Also, it would require someone who's not homeless to get the homeless sick. So unless someone maliciously gets them sick, they should be actually fine. Because the concept of social distancing, if you're far enough away from each other, you can't really give each other the illness. So there's that. Oh, funny thing I gotta mention. Wipes. So my job bought a bunch of wipes, but they did not buy the alcoholic wipes. They bought the wrong wipes. So everyone's just been putting the wipes on everything, thinking they're safe. There's no alcohol in these wipes. All they're doing... These are wipes that are used for dusting. These are wipes that are used for getting dirt off things. They're not used for sanitizing. So everyone at work has been acting like this is for sanitizing, and that is just hilarious. And that's not great at the same time. You don't need to buy all the toilet paper. You don't need to buy all... No, it's not... No. You don't need to do all that. You don't just do things like normal. Supply lines are still fine. There's nothing to worry about there. That's still happening. What's happening is people are just buying a bunch of crap. And right now, markets are making a bunch of money, obviously, but it just looks bad. Just all that being bought. I love that you just see a bunch of stuff get bought. You see a bunch of water get bought, except the Arrowhead water. It's like, holy crap. Apparently everyone hates Arrowhead. Jesus. That's really it. It's just the virus and then PornHub. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about next week. I don't know. Oh, well, I'll have the epidural, so I can talk about that. Oh, I don't even know. I'll be busy playing Doom and Animal Crossing, so I guess I'll talk about Doom and Animal Crossing. So that should be fun. I can't wait for that. I have a week. I'm going to try to draw Kirby and Isabelle hanging out with Doom Guy. I don't know how I'm going to pull it off. Doom Guy's really hard to draw. Kirby's easy to draw. Isabelle's a little harder to draw than Kirby, but not that hard. And then Doom Guy has so much stuff going on. His armor is busy. It's extremely busy. He's got shoulder pads. He's got another pad here. He's got gloves, of course. He's got all that going on. He's got knee pads. He's got boots. He's got this ab thing going on right here. He's got a chest plate. He's got pockets for his ammo, of course. So, and then he's got his helmet, and then you got the visor thing and all that. Doom Guy is a busy guy. He's a very busy outfit. So there's a lot of things to add there. Kirby, first you draw a circle. That's Kirby. And then Isabelle is, you make her head like a bell, and then you give her that mouth thing she's got going on, like that white face she does. And then you give her a smile, and then you do like her ears, and then you give her a body, and then you got to draw the clothes, of course, and get that right. And then you give her her paws and her hand and her feet, and then you're good with her. Like she has, of course, you just give her these round hands, and she's good. So she's a little bit harder than Kirby, but Doom Guy's the hard part. And I've had different ideas in my head. Maybe they hang out on Doom Guy's shoulders. Maybe he's just holding them. They hold the guns. Right now I'm thinking of maybe we just do full body shots and they're just standing there with weapons and he's there just being a proud father kind of thing. There's so many different ideas for what could be the thing to do, and I've got to wait to figure it out. And yeah, that's it. That's everything this week. Eventually I'll get back into improv. I can't wait to do that again. And that's the vlog. So I had fun talking. Hope you have fun watching and listening. And that's what's all about, it, having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.